beats a quiet dream, one we often silence in pursuit of comfort. But what if listening to that whisper is the path to everything we've ever desired? Today, we follow the story of Aarav, a man who dares to search for his personal legend, and in doing so finds far more than he imagined. Aarav had everything he thought he wanted: stability, a good income, even approval from others. Yet each night, he stared at the ceiling, a strange emptiness gnawing at him. He finds an old journal he wrote as a teenager with dreams of traveling and storytelling. I once wanted to tell stories that inspired people, not write code for apps I don't believe in. He dreams of a vast desert and a cloaked figure saying, "To find gold, you must first believe it exists." Drawn by something he couldn't explain, Aarav visited a quiet old bookstore the next day. There he met Elijah, an elderly bookseller with eyes that seemed to know things. Elijah: "People don't get lost because the map is wrong. They get lost because they stop looking." They talked for hours. Elijah handed Aarav a worn-out book titled The Path of the Soul. On its first page were the words, "When you pursue your true calling, the universe conspires to help you." Elijah asked him a question that stuck. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Aarav leaves his job and flies to Morocco with a backpack and notebook. He's unsure, but feels alive. In Marrakesh, he meets Zara, a painter who sells her work on the streets. She's pursuing her own personal legend. Zara: "I'd rather be broke and true than rich and lost." They travel briefly together. She encourages him to write stories from the people they meet. But as Aarav begins to find joy in his path, challenges arise. His savings dwindle, he loses his travel bag, and doubts creep in. Aarav alone, sitting on a bench in a foreign town, cold and uncertain. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should go back. This is Aarav's desert, his trial by fire. He remembers Elijah's words, "The treasure lies where your heart belongs." He meditates and journals. In a vision, the cloaked figure reappears. The greatest lie is that we lose ourselves when we follow our dreams. The truth is, we find ourselves there. Aarav meets a shepherd named Youssef, who used to be a banker. Youssef shares that he gave it all up to live simply and care for animals. Youssef: "My treasure was not gold, it was peace." Through Youssef, Aarav realizes his dream was never about fame or money. It was about impact. His writing wasn't just for him. It was meant to reflect others' truths. He starts publishing short stories from the people he met. His blog gains attention. Aarav returns home, not as someone who failed, but as someone transformed. He didn't return with riches, but with wisdom, clarity, and a voice that touched others. He now hosts writing workshops, encouraging others to find their own voice. Aarav: "I didn't find treasure in the desert. I found it in the act of seeking." Like Santiago in The Alchemist, Aarav's journey reminds us our personal legend isn't just a destination. It's a path of courage, loss, love, and rediscovery. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Paulo Coelho. What is your personal legend? Are you brave enough to pursue it? If Aarav's story inspired you, let us know in the comments. What dream have you been holding back on? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more soul-stirring stories every week.